Good evening, everyone. I'm going to do my best here. I forgot my glasses, so we'll see how this goes. So good evening and welcome. Before I begin, I'd like to take a moment and thank students, parents, our coaches, Vineland High School administration, Central administration, and Board of Education members for joining us this evening. Tonight we recognize and celebrate the athletic achievements of our Vineland High School senior athletes. In preparation for this event, I found the following quote by Tommy Lasorda that states, "There are three types of players: those that make it happen, those who watch it happen, and those who wonder what happens." As I look out among the student athletes here, I can wholeheartedly say that Vineland High School athletes, you make it happen. Whether it's in the classroom, practicing your craft, or competing in your athletic event, you make it happen and make it matter each and every day. Being part of an athletic team takes an extraordinary amount of time and dedication, not only on the student athlete, but on the parents' part as well. Students, please know that none of this would have been possible without the love and support from your parents and loved ones. So help me give your parents and loved ones a well-deserved round of applause. It is my hope that over the past 4 years of being a student athlete at Vineland High School, you have established friendships that will last for many years to come. Wherever your future athletic careers may take you, cherish the moments and memories from Vineland High School, and take a moment to thank those that have pushed you to the limit that you never had thought would be possible. Seniors, it's been a great 4 years. Congratulations to you and your family. I wish you all the best of luck.
Thank you, Mrs. DeMarchi. Representing the Board of Education in our central office is Dr. Danielle Sneathen. Dr. Sneathen, thank you for coming this evening. At this time, I'd like to recognize our head coach, Elliot DeShields. Wears many hats. Elliot DeShields to deliver this evening's invocation before we eat. Coach DeShields.
Good evening, everyone. This time we ask that you bow your heads for a word of prayer, the blessing of the food. Dear Father in heaven, we come at this time, just thank you again for bringing us to this evening, Lord, in this moment in our lives, Lord. We just thank you for the athletes. We just thank you for all the great memories, the time shared, the camaraderie. Just thank you for the families. We thank you for everyone involved in this affair this evening, Heavenly Father, Lord. We ask that you continually bless our athletes as they go beyond these walls into the outside world, whether it be to college or trade or whatever their endeavor takes them. We ask you that you bless them and just keep them in your perfect peace. And Lord, this time we ask you that you please bless this food that we're about to receive. We ask that it nourish our bodies, Heavenly Father. Father, in your name we pray. Amen.
Thank you, Coach DeShields. Before we enjoy our dinner here, I'd like to bring up Dave and Dara. Student athletes certainly know who Dave and Dara are. Dara Tomasello, Dave Reckenbile are our athletic trainers here at Vineland High School. Every home practice, every home game, sometimes away games, you'll see Dave and Dara. You guys are going to go right around the front. Okay, perfect. And Dara always tells me what to do, too. But always going to games and practices and taking care of our student athletes. Very important. We're very fortunate to have them. and they have a special presentation that they wanted to give this evening.
Sorry, I'm short. Hello, everyone. Dave and I would like to recognize the student athlete who basically from the beginning took it upon herself to be our athletic training student. She started out as being the football manager, and it sort of morphed into more than that, where she just took it upon herself that this is what she wanted to do. We could not let this night go without recognizing Kamira Holmes for all of her dedication and the time that she has spent with us. Yes, come on up. We are so proud of you. We're going to miss you, and I'm so excited you're going to my alma mater. Come on. Or, you know, we'll go around the front for yeah. We'll go around the front today for thank you. Sorry, you'll have to
For those of you that don't know, Kamira, student athlete, manager, just does an awful lot for Vineland High School. So congratulations, Kamira. I'd like to bring up our head softball coach, Mr. Mike Reed. Right on the end there. So every year at Vineland High School, every high school in the state of New Jersey that participates in high school athletics is part of the NJSIAA, which is our state athletic association. Every year, the NJSIAA picks one student athlete to represent each high school in the state of New Jersey. So for Vineland High School, there's one representative. For every other high school, there's one representative. But representing Vineland High School as the NJSIAA scholar athlete, softball player, Madison Cantoni. Go around. Mrs. DeMarchi told me Madison's GPA, but it was real high. Great student, great athlete. Congratulations, Madison. So once again, Pravesh Patel is here. The chef is here from Sodexo Foods. They're going to feed us this evening. Pravesh has let me know that the first 4 tables in the back, well, the front of the room, closest to the food, you guys can go up to the buffet. And Sodexo will call the other tables as we're ready. So the first 4 tables, please enjoy the buffet. Thank you. Once again, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you enjoyed your dinner. A big thank you to Pravesh Patel and Sodexo Foods and Chef for preparing a meal for us this evening. Before we start recognizing our student athletes, a couple special people I want to thank Gia Missouri and her staff, as always, at all of our athletic events and all of our Vineland High School events, performing arts, band, always a big supporter of Vineland High School. Gia, thank you to you and your staff. Pravesh Patel, we mentioned a few times, head of Sodexo Foods. A big thank you again for feeding everyone here this evening. Rob Garcia is our sound man, working in the shadows, always here during athletic events, plays, choir events. Really just a very important person and making sure the sound's good. Rob Garcia, thanks, Rob. And Joe Pettit took off running, so he must know I'm going to thank the athletic maintenance guy. Joe Pettit, Mike Ott, Dave Gansey. Joe Pettit and his crew, every field, every grass, every line that's on the fields, the pool, the track, he's in charge of it all, and he makes it all happen for our kids. So, Joe, thank you to you and your guys. Appreciate it. All right, so the game plan for this evening, we're going to introduce our student athletes. All of our seniors receive a plaque as recognition as being part of our teams, and each program picks a Coach's Award winner. The Coach's Award is selected by the coaching staff of that sport. It is not the MVP, not necessarily the best player on the team. It is the person on that team that the coaching staff thinks best exemplifies the philosophy of the coaching staff and of that program. So the last person you will meet from each team tonight will be the coach's award winner. Our first coach this evening is our field hockey coach is Mrs. Kate Cronk. Kate is running a little late this evening. Her assistant, Dawn Smith, is here. Dawn? Where'd she go? Here she comes. And Dawn is going to introduce our field hockey award winners. Thanks, Dawn.
Good evening. Coach Cronk is on her way, but she is just running late tonight. She had another engagement as well. So I will be calling up our seniors. Vineland High Field Hockey, we had a good season this year. We have 7 seniors who are graduating. They worked really hard this past fall. Good season, we enjoyed it, we had a lot of fun. So when I call your name, please come up. Cleopatra Androsopoulos. Andrea Benito. Kaylee Perez Camacho. Mariana Lopez. Also, Mariana broke the school record this year by scoring 25 goals for the season. And she was a 3-year varsity letter winner. Arabeth Correa. Marsha Lynn Torto. And our last senior, Sarah Houlihan. Sarah is a 4-year varsity letter winner and also the winner of our Coaches Award.
Our head tennis coach is Mr. Vince Luciano. Andrew Massaro is here this evening. Andrew is our assistant coach for our tennis team. Girls tennis is going to go first, so Andrew is going to help us meet the girls on the team. Thanks, Andrew. Also, parents, you don't have to be shy. Feel free to jockey around, take pictures of your kids. That's what we're here for, okay? Thanks.
All right, good evening, everybody. Girls tennis team had an awesome season this year, predominantly with our first doubles team, but overall we were county champions for the 2023 girls team. So for our seniors, we have a few seniors. First one is Alexis Arias. Our next senior is Olivia Griggs. Our next senior is Victoria Negron. Sorry. Next up, we have Tyla Nottingham. Our next senior is Juliana Trongone. And our last senior, I'd like to speak a little bit more about. She is our 2023 Girls Tennis Coaches Award winner. She's been playing tennis with Vince and I since the 6th grade with intramurals and separate training. She's part of the dynamic duo for Vineland Girls Tennis. Her and her doubles partner went 27-7 this season and were recognized by the SJTCA as one of the top doubles teams in South Jersey. So last up, I'd like to call up Gabriela Vega. All right, and for our boys tennis team, first senior is Mr. Dev Patel. Our manager, Owana Isahos. Next up, we have Angel Espinosa. Our next senior is William Cow. And our last senior, I'd also like to recognize a little bit more. Just a heads up, sorry. So our last senior is Mr. Greg Burgess. I'd like to say Greg just started playing tennis just 2 years ago. He quickly moved up the ranks and has become one of the top 4 players in the Cape Atlantic League. He just recently led the Vineland boys tennis team to a Cape Atlantic League championship this past spring and was recognized by the SJTCA as one of the top players in South Jersey. So Mr. Gregory Burgess is our 2023 Coaches Award winner.
Thank you, Coach Massaro. Jake Homiak, head wrestling coach, Vine High School. Coach Homiak.
Good evening. Good evening, administration, parents, coaches, and senior athletes. Congratulations to all senior athletes on making it to this step. In reflection of our wrestling season this year, I look back on the accomplishments that our team and this group of seniors made possible. First time in over 30 years qualifying for the Group 5 South Team Playoffs. Breaking a 10-year-old record in team wins with a mark of 19. A top 3 team finished the District 31 tournament, multiple individual placements at the District 31 wrestling tournament, and in turn qualified those athletes for the Region 8 tournament. In terms of our seniors, this group certainly contributed and set a high standard for the future. The coaching staff and I would like to wish the following wrestlers best of luck in their future endeavors, and would you please come up when I call your name? First, Breon Badger. Dominic Bosco. Next, Austin Nordberg. Giovanni Rivera. Thanks, Gio. Next up, Hoshian Serrano Cruz. And our last one is our Coaches Award winner. But I'd be remiss if I didn't say this about this group of seniors. A couple of years ago, our team roster was probably around 8 kids. And over the last few years, we've grown the team to the point where we are now, a playoff contending team. A number of our seniors had 20 wins, a lot of really great things. This group certainly propelled us to where we are today, and I look forward to better things, and especially having some of these guys come back and contribute to the program in the future. Having said that, our Coaches Award winner is Xavier Lugo.
Thank you, Coach Homiak. Head softball coach, Mr. Mike Reed.
All right, thanks to everybody for coming out, and thanks to Mr. Robbins and the administrative staff for putting on such a fine event for our seniors. It's nice to recognize all of our players and student athletes. Second year here at Vineland, and we're continuing to improve. I have a great group of seniors, and I'm going to miss having them around next year. And I'm going to wish nothing but the best for all of you as we move forward. My first senior, Ms. Danelise Baez. Maddie Cantoni. Victoria Negron. Sky Santiago. Naya Sanchez. And our final senior and Coaches Award winner, Sarah Houlihan.
Thanks, Coach Reed. Head baseball coach, Mr. Kyle Jones.
Good evening. The Vineland High School baseball program had a record of 18-9 this season and brought home the 2023 Cape Atlantic League Championship. Thank you. Unfortunately, a few players were unable to attend tonight due to their summer baseball schedules, but they'll be recognized anyhow. First is Nicholas Bancroft, Dominic Capelli, Dominic Cherilenko, Xavier Cortez, Lucas Garton, Donnie Gomez. Justin Neary, David Ortiz, Anthony Rackets, and this next athlete, Yanel Rodriguez Aponte, made first team All Cape Atlantic League and was one of 15 players selected to play in the prestigious Carpenter Cup. And these next two young ladies did so much for me, helping out at the games, the scoreboard, playing music, making our field feel like a minor league park. My two managers, Jada and Vanessa Williams. And our Coaches Award winner, who was unable to be here tonight because he suffered a knee injury towards the end of the season and is currently receiving an MRI, is Jason Chandler.
Thanks, Coach Jones. Next, we're going to hear from the boys' crew coach, Mr. Paul Myers. Coach Myers is our head crew coach and head boys soccer coach. He'll be introducing both athletes. Coach.
Good evening. The Vineland crew team had a very successful year, racing in the finals of multiple regattas. We were in the finals of the Garden State race recently in Cherry Hill, Philadelphia City Championships. We won 2 races at the local county championships, and we competed in the largest high school regatta in the world, Stotesbury Cup in Philadelphia. At each race, we were competitive or successful in winning, and we had a great group of seniors. We had a roster of almost 50 athletes, with the majority being younger rowers. So we really relied on these seniors to set the tone with leadership. Alexa Arias. Our next senior was an amazing manager, went out of his way to help carry the oars, help us with anything we needed, and truly will be missed. Vito Sensuolo. Our next senior brought his athleticism, being a good leader on the swim team, so we knew coming in he would help us out on the crew team, William Delgado. William and the next athlete brought home gold at the county championships, Noah Grover. One of our coxswains, class president Kamira Holmes. We only have 2 4-year athletes, so that part of the team each of their years, Kamira being one of them, and our other senior that was a 4-year participant, Kara Fulbrick. Yes. Kara Fulbrick is our Coaches Award winner. Kara was a true leader this year, went out of her way to support our younger rowers. You know, throughout a long season, there's tough days. It's emotional. A season is not always, the highs. You go through the lows, and Kara was always there to lend a shoulder, to uplift our other athletes, and she's truly deserving of our Coaches Award. Our boys team Coaches Award winner is another coxswain. So in crew, you can have a girl as a coxswain on the boys team. This athlete is someone I'll also truly miss. She visits my guidance office very often, and we have some great conversation. She's a true leader, and I know she's going to do great things in college. Leah Belusi. Leah would be a 4-year athlete, but Leah is graduating in 3 years. Boys soccer. This next athlete is truly a, amazing young man. He had his eyes with the Naval Academy, back and forth. Rowan University is getting a great pickup. Gregory Burgess Jr. Before I move on to the other athletes, I wanted to say a quick couple things about the soccer team. Very exciting competitive year. We were blessed with a great group of seniors. We played many games under the lights due to the fact that most of our games went to double overtime. We play in the toughest division in the Cape Atlantic League. 3 of the teams in our division alone are in the top 10 in South Jersey. So we play them 6 times. And we brought each of them to overtime, some tough ties. We had a very strong season. It's this group of seniors that led the way. We have a good group coming up, but this year would not have been possible without this group of seniors, and I'm blessed to have them. In our division and in all of South Jersey, in my eyes, the best defensive player that I've ever had, Christian De Leon. And truly, soccer must run in the blood. His brother is, no question, the best goalkeeper in the Cape Atlantic League, Tristan De Leon. All of those shutouts and double overtimes were truly the twins with defense and keeper right there. A great combo. Adolfo Jimenez. Victor Ortega. Our next athlete just earned a acceptance to a great school, Florida Atlantic University. Comes from a great family and is truly a leader in terms of his effort, his attitude. I'm blessed to have coached him and his family. I have his brother on the team, so I know he'll be coming to a lot of games next year. Eli Sarnoff. I have a wonderful coaching staff, and my assistants are here today, Corey and Coach Spinato. Well, his senior son, Ethan, this year was able to earn first team Cape Atlantic League. Ethan hasn't seen this plaque yet tonight, so he's happy to be presented with it. First team Cape Atlantic League, Ethan Spinato. And it goes without saying for our Coaches Award, every one of our seniors knew this when this person was talked about. Truly a message with our teammates, positive energy, helped our teammates after every game, uplifting, went out of his way to be that great kind of player in terms of character and spirit. Martin Osorio Rosado. Yes.
Our head girls swim coach, Mr. Mike Snyder.
Yeah, evening, everybody. Congratulations to all the seniors, parents, and coaches on a great year. Girls swim team had a good season this year. Like Coach Myers was saying, as I'm sure a lot of the other coaches in the room had to deal with as well, the Cal realignment this year put us in a really, really difficult conference. 6 of the 8 teams in the Cape Atlantic League American Conference made the sectional tournament, and 5 of those 6 teams were seeded in the top 4 of their respective section. The girls swim team was 6-3 in the regular season. We earned the 4 seed in the South Jersey Public A sectional tournament, won a quarterfinal meet against Kingsway before losing to eventual state champion Cherry Hill East in the semifinal. We also had really large showings at the South Jersey Coaches Invitational and the Cape Atlantic League Individual Championships. We had more athletes qualify for each of those 2 meets than I think we ever have before. We had 2 individual conference champions at the Cape Atlantic League Conference Championships, and we had 6 Cape Atlantic League All-Stars. 4 of those athletes were first-team All-Stars, and 2 were honorable mention. So the first senior is Alexa Arias. Alexa came out for the team this year for the first time, never having swum competitively, worked really hard, and we sure are proud of her for sticking with it. I would ask if this next person is tired of hearing his name called, but I know he's not. He had such an incredible positive impact on our team after joining us as a manager last year that we actually created an award that we're going to be giving out every year. This year, he was the inaugural recipient of the VHS Girls Swimming Red and Gray Team Spirit Award. We're really going to miss him, Vito Santuolo. Vito did a lot of really great managerial things for our team, but what I said about him at our team banquet last month was that the girls were always smiling after they got finished talking to Vito. In a really hard and grueling sport, that goes a long way. Next up, 4-year team member Kara Fulbrick. Another 4-year team member for us, Kamira Holmes. Both Kara and Kamira suffered some injuries that precluded them from competing with us the last couple of years. Both wanted to stay involved with our program and help out in whatever capacity they could, so they transitioned to managers, and we were really glad to have them stay around and still be part of our team. Next is a 4-year team member who I don't believe could be here tonight, Bree Hartman. Next up, a swimmer who joined us last year as a junior but worked really hard and did a great job and got faster, Ayana Izihos. Next senior is Lena Luciano. Lena is graduating with a rap sheet of accomplishments for the girls swim team. This season, she was a first-team all-conference selection. She was part of our 200 freestyle relay that won the Cape Atlantic League Conference Championship and finished 10th at individual states. She also broke a 12-year-old school record in the 400-meter freestyle this year as well. Sorry, Lena was also a National Interscholastic Swimming Coaches Association academic All-American. Next up, another 4-year team member who I also don't think could be here, Maddie Masuri. Another 4-year team member, Victoria Negron. Natalia Vallone, I also don't know if she could come. She was a 4-year team member with us as well. Jada and Vanessa Williams. I don't know if I should start talking about these two. I've been coaching these two since they were 9. I begged them to join the high school swim team. I begged them to come back each year after that. But what a wonderful impact they had on our program, positive energy, and just really just being great ambassadors for our program. Both Jada and Vanessa were also academic All-Americans this year. And then our last senior, our Coaches Award winner, an athlete who unfortunately couldn't be here tonight. Everybody who was involved in the swimming community knew how good of a swimmer she is, but what a tremendous leader. Created a welcoming environment for the younger swimmers on our team, set a great example for them. I don't know if the kids on the team realize it, but we would always take our higher level freshmen and sophomores and put them in this swimmer's lane, specifically so that they had a really good example to follow. Our Coaches Award winner and last senior was Ava Lavari.
Head winter track coach, Mr. Elliot DeShields. Coach DeShields is going to be introducing us to winter track, spring track, and our boys cross-country team. Thanks, Coach.
Wow. Okay, I'll start off with our winter track team. We had a very, very productive season this year. First of all, starting out, we'll get our numbers back up. A total of 100 kids came out for our winter track team this year, and there were about 85 that stayed on the team this year. So, again, I want to say thank you to all those athletes coming out and bringing our winter track program back to where it needs to be. At this time, we'll recognize our seniors. First senior is Jordan Bennett. This next senior was a very, very good surprise to me coming out this year. Came out there, and he was a quarter miler. And everybody knows how I love the quarter mile. So he came out and did a fantastic job for us. In fact, in his first year out, became part of our 4x4 squad this year. Too bad this is a sport called tennis. But we thank him for coming out, and we had a good time with him. Mr. Gregory Burgess, Jr. Our next senior athlete, Angel Espinoza. Nate Halpin. I don't know if Nate's here or not. Okay. Our next senior is a four-year letter winner, Mariana Lopez. Our next senior, Samuel Manguera. Okay. Our next senior athlete is a 3-year letter winner, probably one of our best performers down through the years, these last few years. And this young man will be representing us this coming week in state championships, Mr. Elijah McCullough. So next season, he led our distance team for the last few years. I'll be sad to see him go, Mr. Sebastian Mercado. Our next senior is Mr. Eric Perez. Another first-year runner come out this year. We're glad to have him on the team, Mr. Alicio Potts. Okay, senior Jada Keelis. That's a lot of kids. Next senior is one of our most versatile athletes. Again, he will be representing us in the state championships this coming weekend. Does everything from pole vaulting, hurdles, sprints, jumps. Mr. Xavier Ramos. Our next senior is senior captain, a very good leader on the team, Mr. Angel Rivera. Another one heading our field team this year, Mr. Anthony Rivera. There's Anthony. Jonol Rodriguez Aponte. I don't think I saw him. I don't think I saw him. Our next senior, Miss Debrianna Russell. Mr. Brandon Santana. Told you we had a lot. Mr. Amir Troy. It's a whole lot of them. This next senior is a 4-year letter winner. It's a pleasure to have him on the team. Always worked hard for us and did a very good job for us. Mr. Giovanni Velez. Our next senior always made the bus rides home memorable, Mr. Robert Williams. Okay, my next two seniors are Coaches Award winners. First of all, we're going to start on the boys' side. This young man, again, has probably had the longest tenure with me, has worked very hard at his craft and become very good. He was a team captain, always first at practice during the indoor season, worked very hard, brought out new stuff for the kids to follow, and I'm going to miss him a whole lot. He was also the first recipient of the Bob Hutchins Scholarship Award this year for spring track. So my first Coach's Award goes to Mr. Jason Ward. Okay, on the girls' side, this is a tough one, but I felt I had to give this award to her because, again, she's been through a lot running the last 4 years with us. Injuries have held her down, but yet she never let it stop her. She kept coming to practice, kept working hard. Even when she couldn't run an event, she was always helping out her teammates throughout the years. In fact, one year she had to manage because she was hurt so bad. But again, she stayed with the team and she worked hard. And again, that's the type of athlete I want. The one's going to be dedicated to the team. I think about team first before their self. So our Coaches Award will be going to Miss Tyler Nottingham. Okay, on to boys cross country. Okay, our first athlete we're going to recognize tonight is Mr. Dominic Bosco. We only have 3 for boys cross country. Mr. Eric Perez. I don't think Eric was here this evening. Okay. And our Coaches Award winner, again, as I told you, he led our distance crew. He stayed with me the whole year, cross country, winter track, spring track. Like I said, I'm going to miss him a lot. He's a scholar athlete, love that, and he's going to do great things in the future. I promise you that. Mr. Sebastian Mercado. On to boys spring track. Okay, we already introduced this athlete, but again, he will again be representing Vineland High School this week at the Group 4 State Championship, in the shot put, Mr. Jordan Bennett. A 3-year varsity letter winner for us was our number 1 and 2 sprinters this year, Mr. Darrell Clark Jr. One top sprinters. Our next senior was Mr. Nate Halpin. He's not with us this evening. Our next senior, again, he was a state finalist last year. Came back this year, had an injury this year, but again, kept working hard through it. I'm very proud of this young man. He's a 3-sport athlete. Football, basketball, and track. I'm going to miss him a lot. One of our better athletes for sure, Mr. Breon Herbert. Also a scholar athlete, by the way. If I'm not mistaken, he's a Summa. Next athlete, the senior again, came out the last couple of years and did marvelous things on the track. And this year he was the Cumberland County champion in the 400-meter dash. Also ran one heck of a anchor leg on that 4x4. And if you weren't there, you missed it. A good show. Is that right, Mr. Clark? Let's hear it from Mr. James Hitchens. Again, we have Mr. Do-It-All in our distance events, Mr. Sebastian Mercado. Okay, Mr. Eric Perez, who could not be with us this evening. Also representing us again this weekend in the Group 4 State Championships, and also the Cumberland County champ in the 110-meter high hurdles, Mr. Xavier Ramos. Mr. Anthony Rivera. One of our team captains, Mr. Ocean Serrano Cruz. This young man could not be with us this evening. Mr. Amir Troy, Mr. Giovanni Velez, Giovanni also was a team captain. Excuse me, Giovanni, sorry about that. Team captain Jason Ward. We started up our middle school program this year. This young man helped me out with the middle school program a lot while we were out there in the spring track this year, Mr. Robert Williams. Okay, and our Coaches Award winner for boys spring track. This has probably been our most consistent athlete, I would say, through the last few years. He's a tremendous athlete, and I know he's going to do very well in the sport. I just want you to make sure to let no one stop you. Keep your mind on what you're doing. You're going to do fine. And like I said, I know the best is ahead of you, and it's yet to come. He will also be representing us this weekend in 2 events, actually, for the state championship. Placed 2nd overall in the long jump, placed 4th overall in the triple jump, and he also is the Cumberland County champion in the triple jump for Vineland High School, Mr. Elijah McCullough. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Coach DeShields. Before we meet our boys lacrosse coach, Kevin Coring, just want to recognize Coach Cronk came in. You met her assistant earlier, but Coach Cronk, our head field hockey coach, and Coach Luciano, boys and girls tennis head coach. Coach, thanks for coming. Appreciate it. Andrew did a really nice job. Pinch hitting. Kevin Coring is our head boys lacrosse coach.
Good evening, athletes, parents, coaches, and congratulations to everybody. This year is our 20th year having a lacrosse team, and our slogan this year was 20 years of tradition, 20 years of family. And I think these gentlemen over here definitely epitomize the idea of family on a team. Start off, we have Robert Bones. Best helmet lettuce on the team. Nicholas Isios. And just as he was the attitude and the spirit of the team for soccer, Martin Osorio Rosado. Ivan Oyola. No. Roman Perez. The biggest heart on the team, Luis Picardo. Anthony Romero. Hustle up. One of our captains, our goalie with 182 saves this year, Dakota Runkle. There we go, Dunkel. JJ Sierra, Johnny Soto. No, or Soto. Chris Stewart. Our pre-med for Rutgers. Damian Taylor. Our defensive captain and our bounce back player of the year after destroying his knee last year, Ricky Torres. And our coach's player of the year is somebody that definitely took the idea of family and redesigned it for our team. He's the guy that would get everybody together for every single occasion, kick their butts when they needed it, and praise them probably more than they needed. Our team dad, Cody Smith.
This time I'd like to introduce Mr. Sylvester Schifalalio to help us hand out the golf awards. Coach Schiff. Coach Volpe couldn't make it this evening. We'd like to introduce the seniors from the golf team. Our first golfer is Dominic Bosco. Marlon Tony. And a coach's award winner for the golf team is Joseph Schmidt. Thanks, Coach Schiff. All right, football team is next, but we're going to use a football term. We're going to audible out of this for a second. We have a special request from our cheerleading coach. So I'd like to introduce Mrs. Margreta Broom at this time. Mid-coffee, I got you, Coach. Coach is going to introduce us to the fall and winter cheer team. Carlos is here too, assistant coach Carlos Rivera. We'll do winter cheer first.
Hello. This was my first year as head coach, and I want to say first that I'm really going to miss this senior class. This has been one of the most positive and fun classes that I've ever had to work with. You can't hear me? I'm sorry. I'm really going to miss the senior class this year. This class has been one of the most positive and fun classes that I've had to work with in the past 5 years of being here. I'm going to hurry up so I can get some of my girls out of here. I have to go to work. For a winner, I'll introduce winner first. For the ladies that are here, the first one is Brianna DePiche. She is our manager extraordinaire, and she helped us out a lot this year with dances. next one is Kaylin Jimenez. And next is Jemiah Wilson. I have to say the winter squad, they really don't get a lot of time to prepare for basketball season, so I want to say that I'm very proud of them for the job that they did this year. Congratulations, ladies. Our other seniors that are not with us are Talia Parker Jones, Donasia Sapp. They couldn't be with us tonight. Our coaches award for the winter squad is
First, I want to say that this is my first year as an assistant coach coming into this chair program. I did not know what I was getting myself into. I'm coming from class of 2010 from the same program that I'm coaching in now. So it's a huge honor to coach a group of talented athletes. So our first coaches award for winter, she's not here. She's a sophomore. And the reason why we gave a coach's award to her is her growth and development, her dedication, and her passion that she has put forth for the team. And it did not go unnoticed. So we give a round of applause for Malaya Palmer.
now to our fall girls who have done everything that we asked them and expected them to do this year. Last minute, they were there, spirit smiling. We had an amazing time this year with the fall girls. Our first person is Brianna Dupiche. This was her first year cheering, and she came out and did an amazing job. We are very proud of her. The next senior on our list is Egypt Owens. Egypt was our rally this year, and she did an amazing job as well. The next three girls I've had since their freshman year, and boy, it has been a ride. One of them could not be here, and her name is Debrianna Russell. She was also one of the captains this year. The next two, I'm sure everyone knows, is Vanessa Williams. I have to say with these two twins, I've had them since freshman year, and Jesus, I'm so proud of y'all, though. Y'all, I have to say thank you to them, because without them this year, Coach Carlos and I don't know what we would have done. They were our organizers. They held it together for us, and I want to say thank you, ladies. We're also very proud of you. And the last one is Jada. Also, and I want to add that Vanessa and Jada are the first cheerleaders to have ever gotten a scholarship and go on to a Division I school for cheer. So we are very proud, very, very proud. Towson University. And the last one, our senior, is Jada Williams, who was also our Coaches Award winner, and I'll let Coach Carlos talk about her.
So our Coaches Award for Jada Williams, what can I say about her? I bumped heads with her a lot. She is a very punctual athlete, very consistent, great communication. She knows what she wants. She goes for it, hardworking. Not only her, but her sister, they really set the tone for more athletes to come when it comes to our cheerleading program. They're all around great athletes, and we're very proud of them, and we can't wait to see what the future has for them.
Thank you. Introducing our football and boys basketball student athletes, Mr. Dan Russo.
Hey, welcome everyone. I'd like to congratulate all the coaches and all the athletes on great seasons. Congratulations. I'd like to thank all the parents and guardians for all their support. Supporting sports, as we know, is a full-time job, so I appreciate it. And would like to thank Mr. Don Robbins for putting this event together. Thank you, Donnie. A lot of work goes into these things. Okay. I heard a lot of coaches talk about their divisions and their conferences, things of that nature, and same goes for football. We're in the West Jersey Football Conference. It consists of 17 divisions. These seniors, their first 2 years were in the American Division, which is the #1 division in West Jersey. And then we were put in the Continental, which is the third toughest out of 17. So we're in the same group playing tough competition. Our guys competed. I'm proud of them. Played against some really good opponents. And at the end of the day, as a coach, you appreciate the effort. And our guys, they gave us everything they had. So, first football player I'd like to honor here is Jordan Bennett. Next player was an excellent player for us. Unfortunately, got injured one of our first or second games, had ACL surgery, did a fantastic job, had a great career here. Charles Burt. Okay, Darrell Clark Jr. The next three are not in attendance. I'll say their three names and maybe give them a round of applause after that. Daniel Cruz, Ray Fitton, and Julio Garcia. The next player, he won the prestigious National Football Foundation and College Hall of Fame from the South Jersey Chapter Scholar Athlete Award and earned himself a full athletic scholarship to Stonehill College. James Hitchens Jr., great job. I'm going to read the next three names. I don't see them in attendance either. Maybe we'll say applause after the three names. Derek Akami, Carlos Rodriguez, Yalibo Kloss. Give it up for those three gentlemen. Josian Seriano Cruz. And just like some coaches mentioned, we had two excellent managers. It's not easy taking care of a huge number of football players, and those bus rides could be a little rough and noisy. Kamira Holmes. Great job, thank you. Tyler Nottingham. Okay, the next player I would like to talk here had a great career here at Vineland. Seems like yesterday when I saw him show up transferring here from Williamstown. During his time here, his progress in 4 years was excellent. On and off the field, did a great job. Each year got better in the classroom. Ended up earning a 3.53 GPA and will be attending Howard University on a full athletic scholarship this fall. Emmanuel DeWavalis. I think I finally got it right after 4 years, Manny. Great job. Coaches Award winner. Full athletic scholarship, Howard University. Great job, Manny. Okay, next sport. Next sport is basketball. Had a tough season, had major injuries. I don't think we had the same starting lineup at any game. As I'm looking at the seniors, most of them were out either a month or half the season. It was not easy, but they held in there, competed. Very proud of them, did the best they could. First senior, Darrell Clark Jr. I don't think this player's here, but let's give it up for Quishon Dixon. Emmanuel DeWalavis. James Hitchens Jr. Nicholas Isios. Tavares Ortiz. Nazir Rowell, NYC. Ramir Scott. I don't think Ramir's here. Okay, and the Coaches Award winner I'd like to talk a little bit about here. This player was a captain of the basketball team this year, was a great leader for our program, played in every game this season, one of the few starters that made it through the season, led the team in scoring. I'm extremely proud of his performance in the classroom. Breon Herbert is an overall GPA of 3.99. Great job, Breon. Congratulations. Thank you.
Our head girls soccer coach is Mrs. Leslie Garton.
Sorry, I'm a little short. I need to adjust this here. Good evening and welcome. I just want to start out by congratulating all of the senior athletes on your accomplishments and your upcoming graduation. Talking a little bit about our season, we started out, we won the Stockton University Classic this season, which was awesome. Girls finished out 9, 8, and 3. Super proud. It has a lot to do with the leadership of our seniors. Start out with Cami Cafiso. The next name I want to mention isn't a player. It's our manager this season, whose name you've heard a couple of times already. Probably one of the best managers we have ever had. He came out this year, actually called me over the summer and said, "Hey, Coach, my name's Vito, and I would like to know if you need a manager for the season. I would love to come out." And the best decision I ever made was to tell him, yes, come on out. He was so supportive to the girls, from being on the sideline and giving them that pat when they needed it, and being on the bus and rocking out with the girls on the way home from a game. Totally awesome. Vito Santuola. Jenna DeTetta. Damaris Mayoral. Sophia Olita. Hannah Jera. Jessica Tramontana. Caitlin Garcia. The next senior I just have to give a quick shout out to. Met her freshman year. She was a field player. And I had just lost a senior who happened to be our 4-year goalie. And this particular senior, I was like, "Hey, I like the way you play. I've seen you kind of jump in. You got some good hands. What do you think about being our keeper?" She said, "I'm all in, Coach." Awesome, awesome decision. She ended up being first all team last year. Again this year, awesome. Amber Turner. Okay, our last senior, our Coach's Award winner. I'd like to say a few words about her. This particular senior holds a special place in my heart. She endured a tragedy this season that no adult should have to endure, let alone a child. And she showed the most courage and leadership that I've ever seen such a young woman hold. She came out during this process and she smiled, and she kept going. She showed strength that I think most adults wouldn't be able to show, and I'm super proud of her. I'd like to give this award to Lainey Guzman.
Thank you, Coach. Head boys swim coach is Mrs. Sarah Bennett.
Congratulations to all of our graduating senior student athletes. This year, the boys swim team had a broken record in the 400-meter freestyle, an individual states qualifier, many Cape Atlantic League Championships qualifiers, even more SJ ISA Coaches Invitational qualifiers, and personal best high school times in every single event by every member of our team. It was an excellent season in a very competitive conference, and our team grew both literally and figuratively so much this winter. I have been coaching our only senior and Coaches Award winner in some capacity since he was in 8th grade.
And so many people have told me that I am so lucky to only be losing one senior, but it does not feel so lucky when it is a teammate, 4-year varsity swimmer, and captain like Will Delgado. I'm so proud of Will and all he has accomplished and will continue to accomplish in the future. Will Delgado.
Head girls basketball coach, Mr. Will Breeze. We're here for the student athletes tonight, but every once in a while, a coach passes a milestone in their coaching career. Earlier this school year, obviously during the girls basketball season, back in February, Coach Breeze recorded his 100th win as the head coach of Vineland High School. On behalf of Mrs. DeMarchi, the principal of Vineland High School, Vineland Public Schools, Will, congratulations on your 100th win. Mr. Will Breeze.
Thank you, everybody. I appreciate that. Well, like everybody's been saying so far, we also had a great season for the girls basketball program here. We made some history this year, other than myself. We'll talk about that in a minute. But we had an appearance at the Group 4 state championship. At the state tournament, and we also had won the West Deptford Holiday Tournament for the second time in the history of the tournament. So that was a couple of good accomplishments that our team had as a whole. Our seniors, one of them I believe is not here, but she had played for me for 2 years. Came up as a sophomore on her junior year. She played in her senior year as Madison Fulks. Don't think she's here tonight. Let's see. This girl, she's in my class right now. She's been a piece of work and something I've really enjoyed, a girl I've really enjoyed coaching for the last 4 years. She always said to me, Coach, when am I going to get my time? When am I going to get my time? And she finally got her time this year. And I'm proud to say that she is going to be playing basketball at Rowan College of South Jersey over here, and that's 4-year player Caroline Guzman. All right. Okay, another 4-year player who, matter of fact, in the beginning of the banquet here today, came over to me and said, hey, Coach, I just got a call from Coach Cooper. I think I'm going to go play basketball over at Rowan. She's also going to be playing basketball at Rowan College, but she's going to be hopefully playing at Gloucester. That's 4-year senior Aaliyah Williams. Okay. Our next player, another 4-year player here for Vineland girls basketball, numerous time Cal All-Star, also first team All-Conference last year. We're not really sure if she wants to go to the military. I'm pretty sure she's got her mindset on that. So let's hear for 4-year player Egypt Owens. All right, this next player, another 4-year player. It's one of those bittersweet moments when for coaching, when you lose your players, but you're so thankful and happy to see them become young women and move forward. And again, this girl is going to be playing college basketball on an athletic scholarship to Georgian Court University. She also is a Cal All-Star. First team All-Conference, first team All-South Jersey. She has a little bit of real estate in here now. If you take a look up on the banner, she joins a select few who have scored her 1,000 points in her career here, and that's a milestone for her. And I said to a coach not so long ago who said to me, who's this Jones kid? And I said to him, you'll see. And I guess I was right. 4-year player Samantha Jones. And this year's Coaches Award for girls basketball. She's not able to make it tonight. She is a sophomore. Hopefully the attitude that she portrays and the leadership skills that she has, we're hoping that she can take the reins over when our 2 guards who we just saw get the awards here are now leaving. We're hoping that she's going to be the one to take over, and we really feel like she's going to be able to do that, and that's Vonasia Thompson.
Mr. Joel Heider is our head girls cross-country coach. He had a family emergency this evening and wasn't able to make it. Coach DeShields is going to pinch hit for us and handing out the Coaches Award for girls cross-country. Just one senior, girls cross-country, Samantha Smith. Thanks, Coach. Appreciate it. I just want to thank everybody for attending this evening and coming out and supporting Vineland High School athletics. Just a word to the seniors on behalf of the staff and administration and Mrs. DeMarchi, the principal of Vineland High School. We just had a very successful prom. Please continue to enjoy your senior year and all the festivities that go along with it. And also, please remember to make good decisions and continue to make us proud. Thank you for coming this evening, and enjoy the rest of your time here at Vineland High School.